What's up guys, it's Shana and today we're going to check out the shore at Malacca. Let's go! It's our very first project in Malacca, but personally I have done a lot of architectural studies about the buildings around here, especially within the riverside, the Jonker Street area. Because within this area, the architectural properties are actually UNESCO level. They're so full of history. It's just very unique, and it has always been a very hot tourist attraction. However, the project that we're going to check out today is the shore, right at the borders around this heritage area. So if you look into the massing, this building is a mixed development, 3 towers of residential, 1 hotel, then you have a mall, which is totally in contradiction to the single story old shop houses within the riverside. So let's get our coordinates right first. We are now within the town and we are just right next to the streets. And in Malacca, we are pretty familiar with this street called Jonker Street, which is the main tourist attraction because of its heritage buildings and all the business activities around it. The project that we're going to check out today is actually just right next to it. Within walking distance actually. And within walking distance, you can also reach to Dataran Merdeka, the A Famosa Fort, and etc. Plus, within this, you also have the mall, where it's located at the ground floors, and you will have the roads going around the building. Okay. Now we are walking around the perimeter of the building. It's actually the main road for the public lah. And there's like very little difference or partition between the road and the building itself. And this will be the main entrance. Going in, this will be the drop-off. And let's go check it out. In terms of massing, the shopping mall is at the bottom, then above that will be the car park shared between few functions, which is the mall, then the hotel guests, then also the residents. On top of that will be the facility deck, then you have all the residential towers. So whatever the developer is trying to sell right now are actually previous Bumi lots. And all this while, the main focus for this product will be very investment oriented. Standing at the facilities tab, we can see 4 towers. The trees are matured. Very nice. And you will have this water body carrying your vision all over to the edge. And on the left and right, you will have these garden units where it's a unit with some land. Then coming down through the water body, you will have cobblestones within, right, at the side as well. And you will reach this structure, which is the gym. So it's elevated. And there's a partition at the edge separating both poles. One will be the children's side, one will be the adult side. This is very cool in terms of architectural language, in terms of visual impact. That gives a very diverse experience for the user. And you can hear and see some of the children's are playing around already. Then I guess this would be the adult side of the pool where you have the water beds or chill out areas, and that will be all the water play areas. It's also connected to the Swiss Garden residences. So there's this form of sharing in terms of the facilities between the hotel users and the residents, and that's something very important to point out. It's not exactly the best form in terms of privacy, in terms of security. But then when we look into the target audience of the building, which is mainly investors, so it makes sense. But as this project is also located not only riverside, it's also very close to the coastal area, we have this ventilation condition going on. It's actually very windy within the facilities area. Anyway, next to the pool, this will be the basketball court. And now we are going to walk up the elevated bridge to the gym. You have glass railings and metal structures. This gives you the different experience and connection to the foliage. This will be the gym area. You can see timber flooring, we can see steel structures, glass panelings, and we have these Thai structures. Wow. Within this tower itself, there's a swimming pool, an infinity 8 swimming pool at the bottom. That applies the same to the next tower itself. So within that tower, beneath it, there's also another swimming pool. All of these are shared between all. Right after the center structure, we're now right under the hotel, and this will be the lap pool. And you have the infinity edge glass railing for you to enjoy the view. So moving up from the facility deck, we are now in the hotel tower, and this is their sky facilities area. As this is one of the tallest tower currently within this area itself, this deck is amazing. And the highest floor as well, there's this F&B facilities that's also open for visitors. You also have a restaurant here for dining purposes. But this structure here is very cool. Now we are at the sky deck area, and this is actually private property, which means this floor is entirely owned by the developer. They have this ability to create commercial activities within the building itself, so that's very cool. Just now we saw the F&B outlet, we saw the deck area, and then this entire floor is open for public, which also includes this thrilling experience of the sky bridge. So if you are afraid of heights, this is not for you, right? Wow, check out that view. However, payments are required for public if you want to come here and take pictures like this. Okay, coming back to the facilities deck, this will be the entrance into Tower 3A, also Tower 3. And walking in, this will be the lobby. And there's a certain level of partition then for every respective towers. Another entrance into the project will be from the main road, coming in through the security door. And this will be the official lobby for this tower. So the entire finishing around the lobby, it's pretty nice. There's this hotel feel where you have decorations, where you have waiting lounge. But just one comment, right? It's so close to the road, you see. But this is a drop off anyway. Then coming out now, we are at the residence car park area. You will see cement screening and epoxy paints targeted areas. But one thing to highlight will be the structural system. They're still using the rather old technology, that beam and column. And the clearance height is pretty narrow, so this is only 2.2 meters. One of the points to take note will be the access is actually shared again with all. So you have visitors of the mall, you will have customers of the hotel, and also the Airbnbs, also residents, also tenants, all using the same car park area and access. So that might be a problem during festive season because the road is narrow and all are actually using the same road. And the way they access the car parks will be via this circular ramp system. Okay, coming out from the lift, we are now within the residential floor, and the width of the lift lobby is 2.8 meters, the height is around 2.5. And you can see that the lift lobby, it's pretty bright because of this huge window at the corner. Besides providing daylight into the space, there's also louvers, so there's actually fresh air coming in. Well, there's also somewhat like a balcony, I'm not sure why. But anyway, you have the seafront. That's so cool, and you can see a lot of developments are going on there, a lot of new high-rises. And in this floor, there will be 11 units served by 2 passenger lifts. You can see that all units are actually having the same configuration. And within the split one side here, I think this will be a more private one, 4 units only. On this side, you will have the remaining 7 units. So walking around the corridor, the width is 1.55 and you can see the voids around. Then on the other side, this will be the one going into the 7 units. The refuse room will then be next to the lift lobby within this room. Okay, and this will be the refuse area, but it's somewhat like a hotel also, so there's this linen room as well. And today this will be the unit I'm going to check out. 1232 square feet, 3-bedroom unit, 2 bathroom, and possibly can turn into a 4. Once I come in through the unit, through this long foyer here, there will be a kitchen, dining, living, then the balcony. Then you will have this center line splitting the unit to half, where this will all be the private space. This will be the principal bedroom, second, third bedroom. This will be the common bathroom, and then this will be the wet kitchen and the yard area behind. And the setback for such layout usually will be the limited frontage of the unit, as this is the only source of light into the unit. Then you will have small glimpse around. The rest will be dependent on the secondary facade, which is the void area already. Anyway, let's go check out the unit. Okay, coming in from the corridor, this will be the unit I'm going to check out, and you have this huge foyer. And the width of this foyer is around 1.4 meters. Very spacious, and it really gives you that sense of arrival into the unit. They even install all these key cards and things like that. Then the door clearance here is around 1 meter, and going in, this will be the unit, which is a very linear format. You have the kitchen, dining, and living. Also the wet kitchen at the back. So for this freehold unit, currently this unit is going for around 600 to 700 ringgit per square feet, which results in a selling price of 700 over 1,000. But it depends on which floor that you're going for. But what's interesting here, long-term rental rates for a unit like this, fully fitted, it's 3,500. And the target audience would be expats, and they are here temporarily because they're working around the industrial areas. Then the room rental rates per night for this unit is around 300 to 400 ringgit, but during Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, the team kind of shared a little bit. A night is around 1,000, but you think about it, let's say you have 3 bedrooms here, you bring like 10 people here, it's still more affordable compared to a hotel. And this will be the kitchen area. You can look into the textured floorings. You have all these cabinets, all provided by the developer, which is part of their signature. And because of the width of 3.9 meters, this L-shaped kitchen works really well. So you have a 2-burner here by Electrolux, a hood and hob, top cabinet, bottom cabinet, is all provided for. Unfortunately, it's an open kitchen. But if this is run as a home, I would totally put a glass partition here, like a 3-panel, so this can go into the wet kitchen if I want to. But in this format, you actually put the fridge and oven along with your microwave here. But look at the cabinet quality. Wow. Okay, and that connects to the yard area, partitioned with this sliding door. This will be your washing machine, and that connects to the void area. So if you're really going for numbers, you're really going for maximization of space, I would totally convert this into another bedroom. What's the point of having a wet kitchen here with fridge and oven, right? I can just move there into the space next to the dining, and then this can be another room. In return, more return. On this will be the dining area. As mentioned, the width here is amazing. This makes this 6-seater table look so small. So whatever you see here within the unit is exactly what you're going to get besides all the decorative items. And the 3.8 meters width is really something else. This layout really works for family gathering, in case you have a 10-person from the kitchen all over to the living, right? What a wonderful space to hang out, and you have that 2.8 ceiling height connecting to the balcony space. So the width of the balcony is pretty nice, 1.4 meters. Then you will have that steel and glass handrail overlooking to the heritage streets, overlooking to the sea, also some areas of Klebang. However, I wish that the layout of the compressors can be arranged otherwise, because like now all the hot air is blowing towards me. Next to the living room, this will be the principal bedroom, where it comes with an ensuite bathroom. So the width of the bedroom is 3.2 meters. You can put in a king size bed along with bedside table. Then you have a dressing table with the wardrobe. Air cons will be provided as well. But I really like the timber floor. Siap. And this will be the only bedroom that's enjoying the window. So this will be the view looking outwards, which is very, very nice. Moving on, this will be the principal bathroom, and you will have basin and WC by Toto, a full-size mirror, backlit, nice. Then you have the full height wall tiles, shower screen, rain shower, and a frosted window for ventilation and daylight. Very nice. However, the setback for unit layouts like this, where it directly connects into the bedroom, right, will be the privacy and visual access to the bed directly from the living room. Then moving on, this will be the next two bedrooms, 1 and 2, and this will be the common bathroom shared between all, and it looks amazing. Similar treatment, WC and basin by Toto. You have your bidet, backlit mirror, shower screen, full height wall tiles with a window, and you have texture around the shower area for anti-slipping. Then you will have glass. Woo. I personally like the aluminium edge between materials though. Coming out then, here will be two bedrooms. This one that has splash of daylight from the very small window. So the width of the space here is 2.7, where you can accommodate two beds here. And it's pretty spacious, just that the quality of space is limited by the window openings. So along with the timber flooring, the timber skirtings, then you have the built-in wardrobe, but just that this box up looks weird. Moving on to the last bedroom, this is also pretty nice, and you have a pretty huge window, just that it faces the internal void, unfortunately. So the width of the room here is 2.5 by 3.8 meters, with a bigger window, just that it's not as bright, but in terms of area, it's pretty spacious. Again, you can totally accommodate your queen size bed and still have some level of circulation space, but then you have your wardrobe, and again with that weird treatment for your aircon unit lah. And I guess that's all for the unit. Let's go check out the shopping mall downstairs. From the mall right now, you can see that this is the main road, and right opposite you will have the shop blocks already, so it's pretty convenient. And on the other side of the building, that will be the river cruise. Looking at this project, right, if there weren't any lockdown, if there weren't any pandemic, right, the amount of visitors in this location will be off the roof, because this location is just really strategic, where it's just at the borders of the heritage streets. Then you will still have modern structures like this around the river cruise area, and you can see the connection with the local government for this project, where they can even ban the road to surround the project. So it makes this more impossible to miss. You have direct stop to the river cruise, and also you have a monorail track. Unfortunately, it's not in operations. And the best thing about hotels is that walking distance to the nearest hotspots. If those are not enough, there will always be F&B outlets, activities to do within the building itself. So you will have the dining, you will have the bar around the skydeck area as well. So that's pretty cool. And I guess that's all. It's now time for Sean's Take 3 on 3. First three things I like. Number one will be the setting of the project, which is in direct location where it's situated within the town itself. It's sandwiched between the waterway, yet being very close to the seafront. It's also right at the edge of the UNESCO line, so you don't have to really abide to the UNESCO rules. We can still provide modern facilities within your building, but yet being close enough where it's walking distance to Jonker Street, where it's one of the main activities during the evening and night hours lah. Then the second thing will be the very amazing setting, where it's very close to all these facilities like the water cruise. This is a very popular tourist hotspot. If you look into the boat that passed by just now, if you look into the people walking around, right, a lot of Ang Mohs on a Wednesday school day. And because of that, the demand for temporary space is very high. That includes monthly as well as daily. And the best case scenario for this project right now is you can directly get a unit from the developer along with all the promotion, yet having all the certainties of data where you get the exact view, you get the exact unit, the exact build quality, the exact figures, where you balance between your installment amount versus the mode of rental that you wish to conduct for your unit. Last of all, I like the program of the entire building. So this is the mixed development, and you can see within the program there's a shopping mall along with a banquet hall that allows you to host events, host dinners. Then you have the hotel, then you have the service residence that kind of works as a short-term stay solution. So I can only imagine if there's a 3 days holiday, I bring 3 families together, let's say a family of 10 to 12, right? This would totally make sense. Once you park in, you will never need to drive out anymore. You can just walk out. Even if you drive out, since you are located within the city center itself, everywhere is pretty close by. So as they say, Malacca is not that far away. The only far away thing is from the highway to the town. And part of the 3 things that I don't like, number 1 will be the combined access of everyone into the building. So it doesn't matter whether are you a hotel guest, are you a resident, are you a homestay guest, or are you a visitor for the banquet, everyone goes through the same ramp into the building. But again, as a resident, then it will be a problem, because if the mall is doing extremely well, I can only imagine for the past Christmas and New Year, right, this is going to be so packed. Also on the same note of design, the distance from the road to the building is just too close. There's no apron, there's no safe boundary or whatsoever. Like the entrance to the residence, the entrance to the mall, right, is like right in front of the door. And the weirdest thing to me is the magical solution of the road surrounding the mall. And that's due to the limitation of having the river around the building. Also the shared facilities among everyone. Again, everyone gets to use everything within the facilities deck except the one at the sky deck. You need to pay. The rest is all open. For the second thing, this is a 8-year-old project, so you can see signs of aging from the facade, from the common corridors, from the common facilities. However, in my opinion, it's pretty well maintained already. Indirectly, this is a completed unsold project by a developer. So when you buy such a project, you get to enjoy all the perks from the developer and enjoy all the certainty before making your investment decision. And last of all would be that very unfortunate timing. And this is the risk of such project that is heavily focused on tourism. So for projects around hot locations like Penang, Malacca, Port Dickson, tourist hotspots, right, usually the returns are spectacular during holiday seasons, and you get to somewhat guesstimate already and figure out the pattern of traveling from guests of different countries. All that makes sense until pandemic happened, and it showed a very different side of such properties. So as a result, a lot of tenants within Jonker Streets all closed down. That includes the tenants within the mall itself. Until now, the mall is still under recovery state, where you can see slowly F&B outlets starts opening. Also, because of the pandemic, there are a lot of projects around proximity that couldn't even complete because most of their target audience were foreigners. So now most of those projects are just left abandoned. Unfortunately, that left a stigma for the property developments within this area. But if you are familiar, they are differentiated into reclaimed land developments, and these are the town area developments. Well, at least this project was completed before all of that happened lah. And I guess that's all for this episode. So this is a very investment oriented project where you really tabulate everything based on numbers, on the rates on short-term stay, long-term stay against your installment amount. Then you get to choose the unit and have very accurate calculations on the return if you have to, what will be the operational cost. Although it's a residence, but the demand for temporary space around this area is just crazy. So you can see all high-rises around this location, all are hotels. Even the shop lots are converted into hotels. Malacca is definitely one of those must-come-to locations in Malaysia. So this wouldn't make sense if you're looking for a home to raise a family. I think landed homes around the area would make more sense for you. if that's the purpose. And that just illustrates the dynamic and the difference between locations. So if this is located within a residential area, the entire consideration will be different. If this is within a hotspot like Jonker Street, the entire function and consideration will be totally different. Something cool to learn. And if you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.